By that Chief Apostle Ely is live. I am actually at the church this morning. I was doing a ceremony with one of my members this morning, doing some voodoo. This morning. I came on this live because as you guys are being notified, if this is your first time in my live, I do not teach my personal practices. I do not teach my beliefs. What I teach is universal laws. I teach universal laws because they apply and applicable to each and every one of us. No matter if you're beginning, whether you're intermediate, whether you're advanced, whether you're on the sideline watching, desiring to participate. Me personally, I teach real magic, which is energy, frequency, and vibration. I teach, what's up, Tree Rhonda, my Aries? I teach that because at the end of the day, no matter what your practice is, it's about manifestation, whether it is Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Kabbalah, whether you're Christian, psychic, witch, Ajay, Yiyami, whether you are a hoodoo worker, a root worker, whether you're a conjurer with a mystic or Ajay. All of these titles at the end of the day are people that carry energy, frequency, and vibration, and that they are trying to manifest a particular outcome in their lives, whether it's from an offensive perspective or whether it's from a defensive perspective. And because as above, so below, we're talking about lunar energy, the moon energy, which is ruled by Cancer. I want to talk to you guys because the thing that there's a lot of people that are out here in this life and they're trying to understand how to get certain manifestations. They want to understand how who to work with, the costs that are involved. And let me say this, before you ever embark into real magic, you need to make up your mind and have a realistic idea of what it is that you know about yourself, what it is that you need. I feel like too many people don't do their homework when it comes down to who they are. Some people don't even invest in their classwork. It is the information that you get while sitting in class, whether that is with a Tata, a Mumbo, Hugon, a pastor, apostle. Your classwork is when you're engaging with your teacher. Your homework is when you have had that class with your teacher, that encounter, that conversation with your teacher. Then you yourself, you go back and you start going back over that material, because the Bible says, in all you're getting, get understanding. And not only do you want to do, what's up, my Pisces, Darius, and how, not only do you want to have because your classroom work is where you can ask your teacher, okay, is this right or that right? Or did I understand? Homework is going back over the lessons that you learn, being able to revise, to go back and look over there and say, you know what? How can I apply this in my life? What is it about what I learned in class that I can utilize in my life? Because in order for me to still practice the ATRs, Voodoo, Santeria, even being in the church, I wouldn't, from a child to 51 years old, I wouldn't still be doing this if I wouldn't get manifestation. I wouldn't invest my time. I wouldn't be putting certain responsibilities out there and depending on spirit to come to pass in my life if I had not seen certain manifestation. And that's not only because of my classroom work, it is also because of my homework and me understanding what I was willing to do. Getting a job at UPS, I knew very early on that I had to have stamina. Because when I first got hired on UPS, my first 3 days, I didn't think I was gonna make it because we had to go work inside the warehouse, and I was in the trailer, and I had never done that type of manual labor work like that in my life. I was very sheltered. I was used to getting this and getting that, and so being challenged physically at a consistent and rapid pace over a period of time. Because it started like part time, so it was like 4 hours. 4 hours don't seem like a lot until you trying to hold your breath for 4 hours. 4 hours don't seem like a lot until you doing crunches for 4 hours. You know, a lot of times when we look at certain spaces and time, it looks like, oh, that's not a long time. But depending on where you are in life and what's going on with you, sometimes 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours can seem like eternity, depending on where you at in life. And so when I talk to many people, when it comes down to spirituality, I try to get them realistic ideas. So whether they participate in the level of how I do magic and conjure, or whether they just started out, because you don't want to grieve the spirits because you are being unrealistic. You don't want to grieve your outcome. Matter of fact, you don't even want to frustrate yourself. And I feel like a lot of people get frustrated is because they don't actually understand what the relationship between them, the spiritualist, or them and the spirit, or them in the particular place. When I was doing the working, like I had to bring my my spirit here to the church in order to do this work for her. But because, and then I had to clean her because I can't bring her in front of my spirit unclean. And so I had to do certain things for her before she can actually present. So there are steps that have to be taken. And then when she left, I got to do stuff with her stuff that she can't see. You know what I'm saying? But these are the things people don't even know that be going on behind the scene, even though I'm supposed to be going to Miami. But I was supposed to do this for her yesterday. She overslept. That's irrelevant. My point is things happen and then you have to make different things. So I had to tell him that, okay, I know we're supposed to do this yesterday, but this is happening today. I need you to do this for her. And guess what? Because I have a good rapport with him, my spirit, because I treat him well, because I know how to present him to her and her to him. And so I instructed her how to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't know his name, but I already talked to him. I already called his name. I already told him what time it was. And so everything is about those relationships. This is what I want you to understand. Building healthy relationships. It's not the money she gave me. I was explaining this yesterday. Money only gives me the opportunity to go buy the material to feed the spirit, the energy. That's all money does. Money affords me to have the gas to go. The money affords me to have the power to purchase. Money affords me to maybe get something to eat. Money affords me, but the power and manifestation has all to do with my relationship with that particular Loa, that particular spirit. Well, that particular spirit is a very powerful priest. But because of the amount of resources that we're looking for to come out of this situation, that's the only reason why I brought her in front of that spirit, because that spirit is costly. And so therefore, when people be asking for help or they want certain words, I try to give them a better understanding. You can't buy love. You can't buy relationships. It's going to interfere in your manifestation, because this is the simple truth about when you involve money with spirituality. People think when you give money, they own something. So therefore they can dictate to that spirit or that Egun or that Loa, that Nkisi, that Mpungo. No, you're only giving money so that individual can go and get the resources to be able to give the spirit the energy. And she was here and I was using my tobacco. I got some more tobacco over here. But I was feeding tobacco to the spirit. What's up there? Toasted. All right there. And so when you are out here and you are investing financially into your spiritual practice, I knew no matter how much money I gave my spiritual dad, I didn't own him. I didn't own the spirits. But I was raised to know that. You know what I'm saying? I always knew that spirits could not be controlled. They can be influenced. They can be, some spirits can be bribed, and bribed in the sense of giving them certain things that they want. We use certain terminologies on earth plane to help other people have a better idea. But I don't own God. I don't own my spirits. This is the guy that stands behind me. He agreed to come into this life with me to do the things that he's doing for me. And me giving him resources and finances in the sense of feeding him and making sure he's getting the thing. Like, I don't personally care to drink. I don't care to smoke. This is something that I be doing spiritually. It has nothing to do with my personal preferences. It has all to do to appease my spirit. You understand? So when you're trying to manifest and and with the moon, these things go in cycles. They go in tides, because it's like going out to fishing. If you go out to fishing with high tide, you're going to get a certain type of fish. And if you go out low tide, so depending on what cycle you are in and what you're looking for and trying to manifest, then you need a skilled fisherman, so to speak, a skilled spiritualist. So with them knowing the objective that you desire, then what they're going to do is they're trying to work with the type of spirits that are going to be able to bring to pass the particular outcome that you're asking for. You understand? And so this is why I tell people, when you go into a thing like Simon the sorcerer, he thought he could buy the gift of God. Can't buy that. What you can do is spend money for the spiritual, what he or she is a priest, priestess, a magician, sorcerer, whatever. Buy the materials to communicate. This is why natural relationships falter so bad, because most of us have the wrong perception of resources. I don't like to use the word money so much as I like to use resources. And the reason I like resources, because resources are to be used. But they're supposed to be used with wisdom. They're supposed to be used with understanding. I can be good to you and show you respect with my resources. Or I can be bad to you and treat you, give you things in order for you to lose your dignity, your respect, so I can do what I want, how I want. And when that is how you use resources, you're putting a different kind of energy into your work. I don't think because I gave Padrino Michael tens of thousands of dollars that I own his spirits, that I own his soul, that he's obligated to me. I believe that I paid for a particular service, and therefore I'm looking for that service to be rendered. And then there's things that come up in the midst of those services. Because I was even in my going through the process of getting crowned, he was trying to do it one way, and the spirit came in and changed it. And so therefore I had to stay longer than he expected me to stay because of my spirits, not his spirits, my spirit. Then I had a delay on it because my voodoo spirits wanted to be acknowledged and certain things done for them before I entered into Ota. This ain't had nothing to do with him. This had all to do with my spirit and what they wanted for me because I belong to them. I need y'all to understand, money, you don't ever want to insult spirit, resource, or relationship thinking that you are purchasing something with the control. Respect energy, respect frequency. That's why relationships sour so poorly, because, oh, I paid this for you, so therefore I can treat you any kind of way. That's not. You're not utilizing resources correctly. I don't think I own anybody. I don't think anybody owns me. I think I belong to the divine. I believe that I am obligated in situations and circumstances based off of our relationship. But thinking that you give money to own, like the young lady that I did that work for, she don't own my spirits. We're asking my spirits to do something for her. And not that she don't treat me like that. She don't treat my spirits like that. But she gives offerings. She gives that. And she made certain promises to this spirit. So therefore we're asking the spirit, if she does this, if she's going to keep her word, will you do this for her? Right? And so therefore, based off of my relationship with the spirit, I'm saying I'm vouching for her. There's a lot of things that go into manifesting, conjuring, shielding and protecting, financial work, healing work, protection work. And when you start understanding that, you start bringing glory not only to your ancestors, to your spirits or the spiritualists that you're working with, but you start finding out that there are so many different things that you can do to get manifestation, and not trying to buy love or affection from spirits. Spirits love me because of my relationship, my interaction. It is not because I'm throwing tens of thousands of dollars at them, or because I throw $1,000 over here, or I gave $500 here, or because I gave $200 here, or because I gave $50 here, because I gave $20 here. I know that I'm only paying for the resources so this can continue. I know that in order for me to have this facility so I can be able to venerate my spirits, my eguns, my ancestors, I have to spend money. The landlord ain't doing this out of love. The light people, I had internet here. Like, I have certain things going on here in order to keep this habitation for them. They help me generate resources. They give me favor with people. They give me protection. They keep the doors open. They keep the right people coming into my space in order for me to be successful in the things that I'm endeavoring to do. That's all relationship. But yes, it takes resources. There was a time it wasn't American, because if I was in Jamaica, I'd be spending Jamaican money. If I was in Great Britain, I was spending pounds. So it's not about the American dollar bill. It's all about energy exchange. And all I'm saying to you guys, make sure that, as the Bible said, be a cheerful giver. Make sure the energy that you put on your resources are energy that you want to come back, because money or resource is currency. You always want to put the right energy on your resources when you're giving it to a deity, to your ancestors, to your eguns, to your tata, your mambo, your apostle, whatever. Always make sure that you're going into this thing like, say, you know what, I'm investing. I know the outcome of this situation. I know I trust spirit. I trust, and this is with a relationship that you have built with an individual. This is not, because me personally, I don't believe in blind faith. Okay, let me explain that. I don't believe you doing something just to be doing it because I said so. I feel like if I have proven myself to be who I am, and that I am genuinely got your best interest at heart, and I'm genuinely out here working with my eguns and my spirits in your behalf, then there's a certain level of trust, and I don't make them. I can offer things that I feel that will speed the process up, but at the end of the day, they're gonna do what they want. I had Minister Mario that passed away last year in June the 21st, right? If it was left up to me and all of the sacrifices and all the giving and the resources and money spent, he would still be here. They did not. They granted him to be with me spiritually, that his spirit can continue to walk with me in this time frame of this lifespan. So, even spiritualists, as powerful, as skilled, as pronounced as I am, you don't tell them what to do. I petition. It's like going to a courtroom. I know the spiritual laws. I present the case as Psalm 35 does. I plead my cause or your particular cause for that before that spirit, and I ask that spirit, will that spirit work for you? If I go out to the cemetery with somebody and I tell them, I say, listen, I start conjuring. I talk to the spirits that rule that cemetery. Then I always pay homage to the ruling bodies of that particular cemetery. And then what I ask at that point, I mention this person's name, and I ask the spirits of that cemetery, who will work for this individual? I don't force anybody to do anything. And I let the spirits or spirit decide, oh, I'll work for her or I'll work for him. Okay, this is what we're going to do for this spirit, because this spirit spirits decided to work for you. You can't go into a situation thinking because you paid me for graveyard work that I can go out there and make a spirit that don't like you, that don't want to work for you. You know what I'm saying? Do something for you. That's a waste of time and waste of energy, instead of working with a spirit or Egun or Loa or Nkisi or Mpungo that actually like your energy. And guess what? You don't have to be false. You don't have to, because guess what? There's spirits for every type of personality, every type of person. There's nobody on planet Earth. And listen, I was in the cemetery going through my ceremony, and I only had one spirit reject me. Every other spirit I went to accepted me. Even Chief Apostle Ely, that spirit, hands down, no. It wasn't even a maybe. It wasn't not now. It was a no. That's good. That's good relationship. Even a no. Did I pay for services? Yes. But my Padrino and my Oba can't make the spirit like me, because I don't know why he told me no. I don't know. The other one did. Only one out of, because I had to have 9 out of there. So, because I'm a crown Oya Yansa. So, I had to have 9 spirits. I'm just trying to tell you, even me paying for a service did not guarantee me certain outcomes, because it is up to these spirits. Remember, in the Bible talks about King Saul, he deceived the witch of Endor. She raised the spirit up. When the spirit got there, she couldn't control what that spirit was going to say. He couldn't even control. And Samuel told him, no, matter of fact, you worried about the war and all this other stuff. Well, you're going to be right over here with me on tomorrow, you and your sons. You know what I'm saying? So, in other words, I'm trying to tell you is, we present cases to these divine spirits. I'm a spirit. That's why a lot of times Sometimes I just work my own spirit for people because sometimes other spirits don't want to work for them. There's times that because of the relationship, how badly and poor this person behaved, certain spirits, I have to go say, listen, do this for me. Don't do this. I know you're not going to do it for them, but for my name's sake. This is why David in the Bible talks about for my name's sake. Do this for my name's sake, because you have certain spiritual credit with certain entities and they like you like that. And sometimes they will work on the behalf of other individuals that they wouldn't normally work for, but they would do it for the individual. Just like Abraham told God, would you spare this city if I can find 10, if I can find 40? He had that. He was a friend to God, and he had the kind of relationship that God would have spared Sodom and Gomorrah just for Abraham. But Abraham couldn't find them numbers that he was looking for. And God ended up destroying the city. Okay. So this whole concept about buying love, affection, adoration, honor is an illusion. And it's a personal illusion. You should never go into anything without clear understanding of who you are and what you want out of a situation. And you should articulate that, because what happens, a lot of people feel like they're being used, they have been abused. And the truth of the matter is you had a false pretense within yourself for something and you don't have an understanding. So I want y'all to really get universal laws. I really want y'all to spend time not just asking, but understanding things have to manifest. Things have to be put in position. Things have to be altered in for that person to come into certain things. Minds have to be changed, or people may have to be moved. When you're asking spirit to orchestrate things behind the scenes, that's what is going on. Before you actually have a play that you can watch on Broadway, yes, things got to be set up. Before you can have a Beyonce concert, the stadium got to be set up. Like some of y'all think everything just magically appears there, and then when she's done, it magically disappears. No, just like they had to set up everything, they got to take all that stuff down, because there's a football game coming in. Maybe another artist is coming in, and that's not the setup they want to do. All that lighting and all that stuff, that got all taken down, rebox, redid, whatever, recreated. Spirituality is no different. Just because that's why I like to use the word investment. Because sometimes your investment comes back 40, sometimes 60, sometimes 80, sometimes 100. I was working with that spirit. He's strong. Woo. When I open my crown like that, and this is another thing, and I appreciate the people that actually love me and care about me. I put my body through a lot of different things trying to get people certain manifestations, and I do a lot of travel time because I try to actually go to the right location so they can get the desired outcome. Because a lot of times you're not paying for my gas, you're not paying for my time, you're not paying for me in and out of traffic, the possibilities of accidents, the possibilities of me falling asleep because I'm tired. But this is the journey that I got on. I don't make it other people issues, but I do try to people to understand, like, for me to be as great as I am at what I do, it's a level of dedication. And trying to buy love in any form of relationship is a detriment to yourself, because the point is that resources are there to be utilized, not you. I just want people to understand that I love myself. I love my spirits. I love the people that I work for. I love what I do on my platform. I love the interaction that I get. I love how magical things manifest. I love the fact that I'm hoping that people have a greater belief in magic and spirituality, no matter what tradition that they're in. I hope that what I exhibit in reality, in my own personal life, is a guide or inspiration for people to take magic, especially melanated magic, spirituality, more seriously, and walking in the honor of the Eguns, or walking in the honor and the glory of the ancestors, or the Impungo, or whether it is Ocha, whatever it is. Because at the end of the day, all of that energy comes from source, which is melanin, which is dark matter, which is cosmos, which is carbon. Understanding that is the building block of life. And so we came down to this earth realm We as individuals chose to come down to this earth realm to live out a certain timeline. And in that timeline, I chose to be a teacher. She said, definitely an inspiration. You do not have to. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's just really, really important because there are other people that are going to be coming behind me in this spiritual practice, and they need to have a better understanding on both sides. Not just, oh, it's hot in here. Turn all that. It's cold outside, but it's hot in here. I want to say this, y'all. There's a lot of people, and when I use the word immaturity, it is you're not ready emotionally and mentally for mature outcomes. I'm going to use an example of this. To say that I don't want to be hurt in relationships is an immature statement, because even people love you going to hurt you, because they're going to hurt you either intentionally or unintentionally, because they're not perfect. You're not the only equation in the relationship. And so when I'm talking to people and I'm trying to express things to people about magic, and they are not mature about saying, we can do everything right and still not get our desire that we wanted. But then the Spirit blesses us for the effort. I'm not going to say voodoo don't work because Minister Mario is no longer here. I'm not going to say voodoo doesn't work because of how this person behaved. I'm not going to say that hoodoo doesn't work because I didn't get my raise the first of the year. It actually came in the middle of the year. I'm not going to say that my crowning is not effective because people are not walking around here bowing down to me. There's a lot of people who have perceptions about magic, spirituality that are nowhere close to reality, and they're not even trying to learn what real magic is and what to expect when you light a candle. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, I say, I do magic. Why do I have a job? Why do I have a savings? Why do I have a 401k? Why do I pay bills? If it's all about I dream a genie, I dream a dream. A bewitched, snapping of the finger, or a craft, what Hollywood says, then I can just materialize my dinners, materialize this, materialize that. Magic don't work like that. That's called illusions. Real energy, frequency, and vibration operate based off science and understanding how to move with that frequency and that vibration, understanding the seasons and the time. Even the Bible talks about in Ecclesiastes, every time and season has an important. So sometimes what I call immaturity is you want a harvest of strawberries or blueberries when you know it's not in season. Like you literally logically know that it's not the season for strawberries and blueberries. But because you did magic, you feel like it's supposed to materialize regardless. Now, can I use magic to extend the season? Yes. Can I use magic to shorten the season? Yes. Can I use magic to preserve something? Yes. But there were certain things set up that everybody has to oblige. Everybody has to acknowledge. I don't care what type of magic you do, no kind of conjure you do, don't care how powerful you are in that particular conjure, no matter how weak you are. That ain't got nothing. There's universal laws because they apply to everybody, whether it's the king, the peasant, whether it's the queen, the tramp, whether it's the gay, whether it's the straight, whether it's the bi, whether it's the unit, whether it's the atheist, whether it's the believer. It don't matter. Wherever you fit in the fasting, whether you're earth sign, water sign, whether you rich or poor, it all applies to us. I don't get no free passes because I'm Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I don't get no free passes because I was born and chosen. I have to go through these same cycles that everybody has to go. I have to show the same amount of respect and honor whether I agree with my padrino or not. It don't matter. At the end of the day, he's the one that crowned me. That has to be respected. And I'm still Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. And I'm still who I say I am. And I'm still a manifestor of magical workings. But at the end of the day, you still had to go through that channel because I could not self-initiate. I could not self-baptize. Even Yahshua himself had to be baptized by John the Baptist. You cannot buy love. You cannot buy affection. You cannot use resources to alter certain things. What you utilize them to do is to give energy exchange. What you utilize them to do is put people like me in position to give as much truth and reality about magic. So therefore, maybe the next generation doesn't have to stumble in the dark as much as we had to. Well, not me, because I have not done that. But a lot of people stumble in the dark trying to find somebody to teach them, trying to find somebody to work for them, trying to find somebody to believe that they can actually have somebody that has a genuine interest. And so all of these things are really, really, really important. All of these things are applicable to everybody, because at the end of the day, if you're really looking for loving relationships, spiritually or naturally, then you have to go in with the understanding is that it is a constant positioning of yourself to be to me, this is my opinion, to be a asset and not a liability. And the more mature you are about your relationship, the more of an asset you're going to be. And naturally, who doesn't want somebody in their life or interact with somebody that is an asset? You're going to be prone to dealing with people that are more consistent, and especially me being a builder of these ATRs, it is so very, very important. She said, you are definitely an inspiration. You don't have to worry about that. Thank you so much. What's up, my Karen O'Brien Gemini? I know I'm on early today. I took off from work because I got to go to Miami. And I really, really want people to stop thinking that you own people, own situations and circumstances. Yes, I have paid for ceremonies to be done, but at the end of the day, I don't own my spirits. We have a relationship. I don't talk to them like they're slaves. I don't handle them like they're slaves. There's things that they do before I even, I have a relationship with them. I could think about doing something for somebody positive. I say it like that. Negative too, but I'm using an example. And because I thought about that, because of our relationship, the spirits start working. I have clients that I was preparing their candle and those spirits are already manifesting because I have a very good rapport, a very good relationship. Before certain people even get certain things from me, things go to moving in their life because of good relationship, loving relationship, genuine relationship. You want to build that with people, and you don't go with false pretenses of what somebody. And let me tell you, somebody like me, I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. You don't just run up on me. I trust people in layers. I have been knowing Minister Mario for about 13 years, and I trusted him in layers. There's certain things I did not trust him with. There's certain things me and him got into about because I knew his character. I knew how he was, and vice versa. He knew how I was. A lot of y'all don't understand. Loving relationship doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything somebody says. Loving relationship doesn't mean that y'all have to be on the same status of life. Loving relationship means it's healthy. It's conducive to your growth. That's what lunar energy is supposed to be. It's supposed to be able to grow in certain seasons. It's supposed to be able to evolve. You know what? I'm a better person because I interact with this individual. I want my platform and what I bring to you all, whether we talking about sex, whether we talking about money, whether we talking about health, whether we talking about protection, whether we talking about cleansing. I don't care what we talking about, every aspect of life. I want it to be a positive experience. Even if I'm getting on you about something, I still want you to look back and say, you know what? He had my back. I want you to be able to be so mad with me and disagree with me, but down the road, see that I had best intention. But I can deal with that. I can deal with you walking off and never speaking to me again and saying inside of yourself, I'm only mad because he was right. He was telling me the truth. I'm good with those type because that's coming from a loving place. What's up there, Illy Mignon? Oh, thank you for joining. I haven't seen you in a minute. These are the things that when you deal with chaos energy, which is love, and you coming from, especially I have a Piscean rising with this compassion, and you coming from a place of wanting development. Development is a lifestyle. It is a constant growth. And so I share information so people can stop wasting time, energy, and money so they can say, you know what? Am I really committed to getting to this space that I say I want? I'm going to say this, y'all, and I might do a video about it. Only reason why I don't like tax season, because poor people become very rich very quickly, and they forget who they are, and so they start doing things. So now you can't get hotels like you can't rent a car, like people in restaurants that they can't afford, instead of they getting out of debt or getting. I believe in putting myself in position. If I could not afford certain things during the year, and I wanted to get in a position, I would take those resources, especially spiritually. If you couldn't afford certain workings with your average everyday money, and then you end up getting a lump sum of money at the end of the year through tax season, then that's the time I'm going to invest to put myself in position. I don't see the wisdom, and this is why a lot of times we get talked about as a people, because now all of a sudden you getting weed from your hair look like mine. But now you in tax season, now you got hair all down your booty. It's getting caught up in your booty crack because you done got so much long horse hair or yaki hair. It's just the idea, you got kids, you out here doing stuff that 3 months from now. That's why I tell people, don't date people in tax season, because it's a mirage. Don't date people, men or women, in those seasons, because you gonna think that they in a space that they really ain't. Because when that money run out, it's gone. She said, people forget that money. Wait a minute. Forget that money ain't free money. Is your money. I know that's right. Not all of a sudden they going to Jamaica. Exactly. Like, it just don't make no sense. And then them same people go and get, let me say this, those same people will go and hire somebody like me that they know that they cannot continue that type of spending, because what I do is finance year round. What I do is finance year round. This is not tax season. This is not, I got to scratch off this week, and so therefore I got the money. But you got anything you get involved in, especially spiritually. This is why anybody that has ever worked with me, I always tell them, what can you afford to do? Whatever you can afford to do and be consistent in it, that is the way that you go. What's up, my Bo ass in the house? Bo said, I am currently working, but I am listening. I know that's right. And he said, I'm going to hit that replay. So when you think about spirituality and what I'm bringing to the table and why I do the things that I do and why I share certain products with you guys and why I share certain workings with you guys, is because when you, with black people, melanated people, and poor people, or people that use their money for usury, they have a very, very different outlook when it comes down to spending resources. Me personally, I don't look at it like that way. This is why I have better relationships with people, because I utilize my resources to make my relationships healthy and comfortable. I'm very big on having more than what I need. If I have one of these, I'm gonna have another one, because if something happens, just spill on it or get tore up, anything can happen. If I like something, I want more than one in case something happens. So I'm a very proactive individual. I don't like waiting till the last minute for something to happen. Like with these candles, I went last week, they did not have them, out of my control. Serenity prayer, accept those things you can't change. But I'm go back again. Hopefully I have those candles, because I have voodoo to do. I have other type of workings that I need to do. And I like the relationship that I have with my my suppliers. Like when I tell you guys, I don't like changing partners. If I'm your side piece, I want I want to be your regular side piece. I don't like all this. I don't care for that. The only reason why I have T-Mobile right now, the only divine reason that I have T-Mobile right now, because I was with Sprint and Sprint was bought by T-Mobile. Other than that, I still be with Sprint. I am very consistent. I'm a very consistent hoe. Whatever I'm doing, I'm consistent at it. You understand? I don't like all of that, because I like to build relationships. I like people to understand me, and I understand people. I like where I go. If I have to go somewhere else, trust me, it's a bother to me. If I have to go find another supplier to get something, I'd be like, oh my God. I make it a big deal because I like the relationship I have with the people that already know me. Even and one of my suppliers, he was telling me, he said, I love doing business with you. He said, you don't come in here haggling us. You come in here, get your stuff, you pay for it. We might do a little chit chat, run, like that. And you go about your business. You come spend money and you gone. I go to a certain botanica where when I started going through the OCHA, I built a very quick relationship with the owner's wife, and then she liked me so much she told her husband about me. Now I got a good relationship with him. So if once I get ready to crown or somebody needs to crown, I already have a good, healthy, loving relationship. Yes, I spent money, but the reason why she liked me is because how I interacted with her. She said, oh my God. She said, you are definitely a child of Oya. She said, she said, my daughter is a child of Oya and my mother. She said, I love Oya's energy. She said, I'm not a child of Oya. But it has to do not because I was spending money there. It was because of how I interacted with her. Some of y'all have such a time building healthy relationship. I want you to understand not only spiritually, but naturally. You want people to call you back. You want people to see you or hear your name and have a positive response. I love the fact that many of you guys, if sometimes I'm not online, you're like, oh, Pastor, we miss you and we enjoy you and blah, blah, blah. That means I'm building something healthy because it's not a forced thing. It's a choice thing. This is why we say in the spiritual, we do not chase, we attract. I am trying to get as many melanated people as I can to get into that energy, that I chase. And when somebody hears your name, if somebody writes your name, if somebody, they need to have positive memories. They like positive and healthy interactions. You know what I'm saying? I can tell as much truth and be offensive, but at the end of the day, it's the truth. That's why I don't practice all that lying. That's why I don't do deception. That's why I don't try. If I fall short, I acknowledge that to the individual, and then I try to make up for that. A lot of you guys, you feel like I'm gonna spend some money, and I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. I'm gonna give something, and I'm not going to try to reconcile my behavior. That's not what I teach on my platform. Just because I am Chief Apostle Ely, if I bump you, I'm going to say I'm sorry. I'm going to say excuse me. I don't care that I'm a six-figure man. I'm still going to hold the door open for an elderly woman or man. I am still, if a woman or a man got groceries in their hand, I am either going to assist. I've literally been making a delivery, and this older couple was trying to go up the flight of stairs, and they had groceries. I grabbed her stuff, put it in my arms with my package, and went and asked her what was her room number, her apartment number, and I dropped her stuff off while I'm making a delivery. That had nothing to do with because I'm getting paid, or I'm a priest, or I'm a conjurer. It's having interaction with human beings and understanding good karma and what it means. I've literally been driving my truck. Old lady in a neighborhood that I deliver into had them fell down. She bleeding. I didn't say, oh, I'm not touching her. That ain't my grandma. All I saw was a human, a soul that was on the ground. And if that was my mama, if that was my grandma, my great grandma, or my auntie, I would want somebody to see about them. And I stopped my truck, got out there, got her up, asked her where she lived at, went to another neighbor and told them what was going on, so somebody to attend to her and continue my day. It don't cost you nothing to give a damn. It don't cost you nothing to care. It costs you something when you don't understand that sometimes people busy. Why when somebody, you know that somebody got real responsibility, now you're saying, oh, they're ignoring you. That's immature. People like me have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of important stuff going on that can affect a lot of people. I tend to lots of people. You understand? No wonder I'm into orgies. But it's an idea to understand when it comes down to spirituality and understanding relationship, that magic does not substitute behavior. And magic does not substitute your consistency. You showing up where it counts. You showing up where it matters. And you should know that as a grown man or woman. What is it that you want from me? What is it that you want from these relationships? What is it that you cannot pay for your absence? Because that's bad energy. So if you believe what I teach, universal law, you're going to always try to show up in people's lives, places, and things with the right energy because you want that reciprocated back to you. That's real magic. That's why my manifestation operate the way they do. Because I am very cognizant of that. I'm very conscious of that. I'm very aware of that. Because I understand what kind of energy that I put out to there. I was laying in the bed and she was like, I can come now. I said, okay. Even though I drove north when I need to be driving south. Because you know why I did it for her? Because if I need her to do something, this young lady will stop what she's doing to do for me. Energy out, energy in. Some of y'all act like I only do that with Minister Mario. No, I do that with who do it with me. When you make me important, I go out my way to make you important. When you go the extra mile for me, when you show me that energy, energy in. The reason why some of y'all manifestation mess up is because you don't reciprocate the good karmatic energy that has been given to you. And so therefore you think people ought to treat you a certain type of way, but you don't have to treat them a certain type of way. You don't know real magic. You don't really know manifestation. I do unto others as I project myself to be. And when you don't behave correctly with me, I remove my energy from that space because I'm not going to allow you to put bad energy on me when I did not do anything to deserve that energy. A curse undeserved cannot stay. What that means is if somebody is giving you bad karmatic energy and you don't deserve that energy, you have the right to remove yourself, cleanse yourself from that energy, and it will not affect your manifestation. But when you don't reciprocate the good that is being done to you, then you put yourself in a situation where now you got to reap because you're going to get evil back because you did evil to good energy. And whether that is an Ifa, voodoo, Santeria, a Christian, this and that there, nobody tells us to say the thing that when I come on social media, nobody's told me and say, Apostle Ely, get on social media and say the stuff you say. I do that because that's me. So if somebody challenged me based off of what I said, I shouldn't have a problem with that because those are my words. And I should believe in my words and therefore be able to back up my words. Whatever those words may be. A lot of you guys are immature and you don't want to be accountable. I remember one day that me and my spiritual daughter was in the grocery store and I was reaching for something. She said, Daddy, I got you. I said, girl, you can't catch me. You ain't got me. She said, Daddy, I want to try. I said, no. I said, you cannot catch me. If I fall today or tomorrow, you can't catch me. Because I was trying to make a point to her. Because a lot of times we say things to people that we don't realize the responsibility. When I say I got your back, I have the capacity of having your back. Sometimes when you say you got my back, you just saying that because it sounds good. That's not a loving relationship. When you tell somebody I got you, when you tell somebody that I'm moving for you or you gonna whatever, can you show up like that and be consistent? If not, it's okay to just admire people. It's okay to want to be there here and there. It's all of it's good. Don't mean nothing negative. It's just understanding how you can show up in people's lives, what cycle and season you in. And so therefore you won't find yourself in a situation where people looking at you crazy because of how you have fallen short or fallen off. And then you won't be having these depressive mood swings and feeling like somebody talking about you because you yourself have fallen short of what you have said out your mouth. Male or female, gay, straight or bi, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, E5, voodoo, it don't matter. Universal laws apply to us all. A part of my ability to keep good energy is being able to say, you know what, I fell short. I thought I was going to be able to do this. I thought I was in... I had bad management that day. So now I'm going to do what I said, but I'm going to put extra. Ask any of my clients. If I fall short of something, the reason why I do that is not trying to buy love. It is building a healthy relationship with the people that I want to be in relationship with. I want them to feel secure with me. And so therefore, even in my weakness, it becomes my strength. That's what that means in the scripture. Even in my weakness, it becomes my strength because I understand that I fell short in an area with you. And I want you to know that you mean this to me. So therefore, I'm going to give you extra energy. I'm going to give you extra ashe. I'm going to make up that difference. Whatever you felt, I'm going to give that and this. so you can heal and we can have a better balanced relationship. That's why you do that. People try to get out of making restitution. That's the whole concept of what we saying even in America. Give me my 40 acres and mule and stay racist. Just give me my shit. I don't care. You ain't got to never like me. You ain't got to never live in my neighborhood. Give me and my ancestors individually, not collectively. Give us our individual resource and do you. You don't like gays? Fine. Don't let no man fuck you. Don't let no, if you're a woman, don't let no woman lick you. That's fine. But what I don't want you to do is to impose how you feel upon a particular person because of how they like to get down. You understand? You don't walk in a mall and decide as a man that you want to suck a dick unless that's your attraction. It don't work like that. So having a loving relationship, understanding why wrestling. What's up, my baby Scorpio? Having loving relationships is to understand that if I told you I'm going to do something and I have broken my covenant or my vow or my words, then you have a right to adjust yourself with me because I'm falling short of something that I made you feel comfortable. Y'all understand? Magic is energy. Spirituality is a way of life. What vehicle you choose to operate that in, like I tell them like all the time, like I'm not that difficult. Not when it comes to that kind of stuff. Your mindset and your perception don't mean nothing to me. If you not engaging with me like that, I don't care. I'm not here to buy love. I'm a very naturally generous person. I'm a true Sagittarius. My moon in Aries. Aries people are that they like when Aries people like you or that Aries they in it for you. You know what I'm saying? And then Pisces, rising sign. So I care a lot of love and arche for people. That's just natural for me. What my problem is that I didn't obligate you to anything. You the one said what you gonna do. One thing I don't do, let me tell y'all something. As hoish as I have been in my life, I am 51 years old. I want y'all to hear this. I have never gotten a piece of ass that they didn't want me to have. I've never had to force myself. Some people like me to do rough things, but they wanted that. You understand? I am not accountable for what you want. And I asked them again before I put it down to them. I said, did you show this what you want? I ask a lot of questions during sex. I really do. You sure you want this? You want more? Do you want me to back up? Huh? How much inches do you want? You want all of me or you just want some of me? I'm here to be guided. Because I want you to have a good experience. I don't do me when I'm being intimate. I do them. Okay? Now, if I'm doing me, I do it how I want to do it. But when I'm dealing with somebody else's body, I give them what they are able to do. Are you still conscious right now? Are you still cognizant? Are we here? Do I need to dismount? That's why I have good relationships. That's why people like me, because I understand what it is to have healthy relationships. And so I try to teach this. And I don't because I paid money to get to them that I'm out here feeling like somebody owe me something. Keeping myself clean and keeping myself healthy and keeping myself protected. And that's me loving on me. What somebody else thinks about me, I don't have no control over that. This is why I use the terminology resonate. If it resonates with you, if I resonate with you, then we can have something and we can build something. Even at long distance, we can build something very healthy and profitable for the both of us if we're willing to put the work in. But what you're not going to do is ask me to be all of this to you and you be little to me. You want me to put my life on the altar for you, and you want to stay in this cave and save a cave safe. That don't work. That don't work for me. Reciprocity. What's up, Shamari, my Cancer? Yeah, we're in my 40. Who? See how quickly we stop marching. Give us our 40 acres of movement. See how quickly we stop voting your presidents. We won't need your system. And I know why you ain't giving us no 40 acres of mule. It's our land anyway. You can't give us what's already ours. You took that. This was our original land. We are the natives of the United States of the Americas. You came and stole our land. We know where you come from. You did not come from America. And that's our fault because we didn't know what we had. And then our people betrayed us anyway and enslaved us with magic. And I tell the truth. White people didn't enslave black people. Black people enslaved black people and sold them to white people. And then white people paid other black people to keep us enslaved. Go watch the movie Wakanda. Forget all the theatrics behind it. Look at the mentality. Yeah, you better preach, Apostle. Who? Huh? Only in America where you have utilized media and your magazines and your literature to make black melanated women feel inferior. Let me tell y'all something. I'm a dominant gene. I'm a melanated man. My mother is African descent and my father's African descent with Native American blood. Let me say this. I'm a dominant gene. It's natural for me want to dominate. I'm a dominant species. What's unnatural is for me to allow a recessive gene to dominate me. So that's why even in sex, you'll find white men and women wanting to be dominated because that's natural to them. Fragility is natural to them. It is not natural. When you see black men and women acting recessive, that's why there's something in you that irks you. Because you realize that we are naturally strong. We're naturally vibrant. We're naturally like the palm tree. We're naturally soars. We are naturally high-minded people. That's natural. You cannot have a dime in your pocket, but naturally you are dominant arche. Okay? And then when you see somebody, that's why in a lot of the sex industry, you see all this walking of the dog and dog chains. That's natural to them. Huh? I don't want no dog chain around my neck. Huh? I want to do doggy style, but I don't want to walk with a dog chain on it because I'm dominant. Because doggy style is a dominant position. And I love it. You understand? In missionary style, I like to fold them up like a folding chair. And I want that sitting right there like a mountain. And I'm going to climb that Mount Everest. I like domination. That's natural to a dominant cellular structure of myself and melanated people. So when you understand magic and energy, you will understand why that is acceptable in one space and unacceptable in another. And so therefore, when it comes down to magic in a particular place, around a particular area or body of water, you understand the Ache. And so therefore, you build not only loving relationship with spirits and your lands and the things that you're around, you also build them with people and different types of people. And you let people operate in their Ache, their natural energy, not the energy you want them to be in. For trying to force a man or woman to be something that is not natural to them is a disservice not only to them, but to yourself. Because you can't truly enjoy them because you can't walk in agreement with them because they're not harmonious with themselves. Huh? Shamar said, oh my God, speak the truth. So it is okay for a black woman to want a black man to dominate her. Yes, I don't want to be confused. No, it's the reason why he doesn't dominate because he's not operating in his energy. He's operating in his training. He has been trained to be submissive. Society and everything about how society has structured around him. It's just that I was raised up in a sheltered environment, so I was raised up looking up to white people. I wasn't raised up I was raised up with a lot of truth. I was raised up with my mom, my grandmother, the men and the women being in business, having money. So that's all I ever seen, shot callers. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know any other mindset than what I grew up with. And so when I interacted with other blacks or other white people outside of that, they were like, and guess what? I'm a type of person, I speak my mind. They know it. And guess what? I'm the black that they invite to their house. I'm the black. I had one of my friends tell me, so I think you're the first black person that's been on our property. That was racist. But he didn't have to not be him, and I had not to be me. And he actually enjoyed my company because they actually knew that I was who I was. You know what I'm saying? I never got around them and, hi there, how are you guys doing? Great to see you guys. Hey, dude. I don't do none of that. Just like I'm talking to y'all, I talk to them. Huh? Good morning, Quintella. Good to see you. Yeah, I took off the date. I'm getting paid. Sexually, I mean. Yes. Well, the thing about it is, let me tell you something. You're never going to feel comfortable being dominated by somebody you don't feel trustworthy. You're not going to allow yourself to be dominated by somebody that you think is putting on a role. Being dominated by a real man, when I say real man, I'm talking about his energy, who he is, not as in that this everybody is fake. It will be just as not you will naturally go into that mode. That's why I say it's never forced. It's either it is or either it's not. If you ever encounter the arche of a man that you trust, you're going to flow in your feminine energy, and his energy is going to maneuver your energy, because that's what masculine energy, that's what electrical energy does. It would not be something you got to even think of. Your body. That's why I gain so much control when I am being intimate, because I'm everything is natural. It's a natural flow. It is not something. It's not the music. I use the music to manipulate things, but my point is, it ain't something that a person. And this, when you hear men tell other men that's what they're saying, and them other men get mad because they know they're not walking in their arche. And so therefore that woman she feel like she's doing something unnatural by submitting to him, because his energy feels like her energy. And if she's gonna submit to a feminine energy, she might as well submit to being a lesbian relationship. And the same thing with a man. If you're going to operate in your masculine energy as a female, and he's actually operating his masculine energy, then he might as well be with a man. Because most people don't realize you are already living in a homosexual relationship concept of homosexual, same sex, because the energies that y'all both sharing are very either feminine, both of y'all feminine or both of y'all masculine. And that's just the real truth. You should be able to naturally flow in your feminine energy if that is truly a masculine energy that's there. And that's not something, ain't got nothing to do with what he's wearing, ain't got nothing to do with how he's dressed, how he's built, how he's looked. It is his arche. Dominant is a state of mind. It should be as natural to it's breathing in, breathing out. What's up, April? Thank you for joining us. I'm gonna tell you something. The women in my life, even the men, like Mario was more passive aggressive. He was more conservative when I first met him. But by being around me, he became more authoritative. He became more domineering in his actions and his position in life, taking less off of people and their opinions. Before, he was more like, he cared about what people thought. And I was telling him, I said, that has influenced your energy. You know what I'm saying? And you got to walk in your true energy. And so I tell men, you should be able to respond to another man and not get offended by being a man. Another man don't have to agree with me, because I don't support him. I don't do nothing for him. You know what I'm saying? That don't make me feel less or more. Don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Just same thing about women. Women have feminine energy, magnetic energy. You walking in your feminine energy should not disturb somebody else unless they're not walking in their feminine energy. And they see a reflection of what they are not based off of you. That's where you get a lot of hating from. And that's why I don't, of all the energies that I don't like envy. I don't like envy because envy is to say I want something from that somebody else have that I'm not willing to work for. That to me that's a cheater. An envious person wants something from you that they're not willing to work for. And when they get it, they're not going to value or appreciate it because they did not work for it. You want a space and place that you did not earn. And then you're going to be able to walk off from that thing just like that because you never valued it in the first place. That's not loving. And that's what hinders a lot of people's relationship. My Padrino does stuff for me he don't even do for his other, and he been knowing a lot of those people way longer than that. But you know why he does that? Because of my energy, because of my chi. I don't make him do anything. He trusts me to do certain things, and he knows I'm not going to embarrass him because I don't like to be embarrassed myself. You know what I'm saying? People that really have certain things going on, male or female, that's why I tell people, I watch how you handle a man like me, tells me what type of woman or man you are. Because if you are a real woman or man and you know what real life's about, and you know bullshit when you hear it, and you also know truth when you hear it. And so therefore, there's no way that I could not be the man that I say I am because I'm too consistent. Even in my shortcomings, I'm still too consistent. And so you already know over a period of time, that is that real man. That's who he is. And so therefore, when you can't treat that right and you can't embrace that right, and you're just saying I'm a king because somebody else saying I'm a king, but you don't really feel that I'm a king, and so therefore you're not going to treat me as such. It's very simple. Because if you really saw me for who I was, you would have no problem honoring me. You would have no problem supporting me. Because guess what? You're going to get that same energy back. It's reciprocation. It's nothing complicated. We only complicate relationship when we don't want to do right by relationships. I'm going to say that again. We only complicate relationships when we don't want to do right by that relationship. We don't want to earn. I'd rather earn what I have with you. I don't care if it's 5%, 10%, 11%, 50%, whatever it is, because that right there, you can't take from me. When I done did something for you and been there for you, you can't take that. I earned that. If you gave me my crown, you can take my crown. If you gave me my integrity, you can take my integrity. If you gave me, that ain't loving to me. I'm going to love myself, and then I'm going to share my love with you if you respect that. That's why I don't care who you are. If you show me love, I'm going to show you love. If you put effort in for me, I'm going to put effort in for you. We might not do it the same way for the same reason, but I am going to reciprocate that energy because I want your respect. And that's whether I'm more powerful than you, and that's whether you more powerful than me. That's whether you got more resources than I got, or I got me. Me and Minister Mario has a loving relationship, and I had more than he had. I had more to offer than he had. I was able to do more than he had. But we had a very loving and healthy relationship because it was about reciprocity. That's why the Bible said, let the weak say I'm strong. Let the strong bear the infirmities of the weak. And I don't have to be in a relationship, because guess what? There's certain things that he was smarter at and better at than I was. And I didn't mind him leading in that. Because that don't make me weak, because you better at something. That makes me smart. If I was having an issue with my phone, and I don't know what I did. They ended up, I had Monique, she's my counselor, and I was like, when I see Monique, I'm going to let Monique get this, because I can't figure this out. We was in church. I said, no, wait till after service. I said, I need you to, I told her earlier in service, I said, I need you to fix my phone because I can't figure out, because it updated my program, my app, and I couldn't figure it out. And so that didn't make me feel stupid. She good at that kind of stuff. Some of y'all don't have healthy relationship because you think because you in charge that you got to be the one to do everything. If somebody better at her, let that energy flow. Huh? She got my phone together. Now I'm able to do my stuff not because of Apostle Ely, not because of the divine spirit, because I was smart enough to get somebody that naturally flow in that to figure it out. And she gave me the information, she showed me how to do it, and now I'm on and popping again. That's good relationship. What's up, Mama Susan? Gemini, am I appropriate, Mother Susan, to be online? I had the jacket on, sweetheart, but it's cold outside, but it got hot in here. I'm in church. I was supposed to be already on the road at 9 to 5. But I just want to get on here about buying love and how it affects your manifestation and why it causes a lot of people to miss out on blessings. Let me tell y'all something. Apostolic, even my other ceremonies, it's going to come through people giving into my bosom, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Some of the ingredients that was necessary for my crowning was whoever gave to my crowning, they had to give it from their heart, and they had to give it in a certain energy. My energy, frequency, and vibration is about compassion, it's about love, and being there for a repair of the breach, of people, the downtrodden, the people rejected. That is my thing. Yes, I'm great in power. I'm not here for the mighty. I'm here for the ones that have been low and that want change. And I'm not here to be nice to you. I'm here to train you and show you. I'm not here to make you feel good about being in poverty. I'm not here good to make you feel good about being in depression and constantly having constant setbacks because you don't know how to behave. That's not my job. My job is to give you tools so you can get up and do what you need to do. My job is to be a guiding light in your dark spaces. That's what my job is. My job as a pastor is to give knowledge and understanding. My job as a pastor is not to hold your hand and make you feel strong because I'm strong. No, I'm going to tell you how to get strong. And you don't have to be Apostle Ely. You don't have to be a chief. You don't have to be in it. If you want to get strong in magic, it's energy. But you got to understand you. You got to love you. Because you can't treat me right when you won't treat you right. Mama Sue said, you looking good, Apostle. Thank you. You said you didn't know that I was on. If we was in the bed, you would know if I was on. But I get it. But you can always replay it. You understand? Repeat. That's another thing. When you're in a loving relationship, let me tell y'all a secret. One of my secrets. I have had people call me and say, you miss me? No, you miss me. If you really do your job in a relationship, you should never walk around asking, do somebody miss your presence? Because if you have done your job in somebody's life, they will always remember. That's why we do ancestor veneration. Because we remember their contribution, their energy, their frequency and vibration in our lives. So an immature person will not venerate people that have been a bridge over their troubled water. An immature person would not acknowledge the enlightenment that somebody got due to hearing these words. Insight that they got due to these words. Immature people don't do that. Irresponsible people don't do that. But people that understand that if it wasn't for this person, even though my grandmother died in 1990, I know the contribution she gave unto me before she passed. And I know the contribution that her spirit gives to me even now. So therefore, death does not change the contribution. Death does not change the impartation. Death does not change the love and relationship. Magic energy is never destroyed. And so therefore, the idea, because somebody is not physically there anymore in your life, whether they have passed away or whether they are no longer physically interacting with you, it still does not change the contribution. That's what mature people know. That's what wise people understand. That's why we're able to utilize sciences that are millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of years old and of other civilizations, and it still work for us in this present life. Because it's the relationship. That's why we work with DNA, cellular structure. That makes sense? I tried to break it down because a lot of y'all think it's about the candles and it's about my stuff. It's all about my relationship with the divine. They have a relationship with me. I have one with them, and it's loving and it's healthy. It's very protective. And so therefore, I share that Ache with many of you all that donate towards me, that donate towards my cause, that donate because it's about energy. And you're not here to buy love from me because you can't buy my love anyway. I'm not for sale. I had just told somebody, I was like, oh, they're talking about give me 3. I'm not no escort. What the fuck? Actually, you just insulted me. The fact that you think that's money to me. I said, how about I send you $500? You keep your fucking $300 and I send you $500 to disappear. Cause you don't know me. Cause sometimes the way people behave, it'll tell you what they're used to and how they try to treat you. That ain't no money to me. And just because I work for UPS, there's times I generate more money than my paycheck. Because I know what real money is. I come from real money. So I would never look at certain things as real money. I don't think $10,000 is real money. I don't think $50,000. I don't think $100,000. I come from millionaires status. And I'm talking about that have $1 million and got $1 million worth of property. Not got $1 million house and you got $40,000 in the bank. That ain't what I come from. So I do understand what real resources are. And so the disillusion that some people have when they're talking to me, a lot of times they don't realize they're actually offending me. You know, Especially you done spent $20 or $30 and you around here acting like you got you Jim Gotti and you got me on your speed dial. You finna get told off. Because I do what I do from my heart. I do it and hoping that my community support what I do freely as from their heart. That's the likes, the shares, the subscription, going to my website, joining my Patreon. If it's good to you, you will stay. If it's not good to you, you're not going to stay. Because guess what? It don't matter what I do. I used to ask my mother all the time, what is it else do I need to do? She said, Pastor, you don't need to do nothing else. I have already proven that I am who I am. I already proved I have real magic. I have real power that I can actually do the things that I can do, that I can actually manifest. But what I have a problem is that people that they trying to buy a love, so they buy a love from me so they can treat me in a kind of way how they want to treat me. And sir, man, that's not happening. That's not happening. Not on a Monday, not on a Tuesday, not on a late night. You ain't even forget that. You might get some inches on a late night, but you not. Me, you can't buy me. I already belong to a divine being. No, I'm not. I ain't even on $300 hoe. I got whole tendencies, but not. If you know honestly where I come from, then you would know why I'm talking like I'm talking. I have cousins that have flown side bitches in for more money than that. Like, I come up, my great uncle had a club. They were flying strippers in. I was a kid. I wasn't even supposed to be in there. But since my uncle owned it, I got a chance to get to the front line. I remember looking over the pole, looking down, and I seen that woman. I never forget her. Black Diamond. I ain't even know a woman body could do that. I was in amazement. I was looking at a spiritual working going on with a vagina. I didn't even know a woman body could do that. That's why I have such high expectations of women now and men. I really do. I was looking over that pole. I heard all them people hollering and screaming, and money was being thrown all over the place. And I reached over and looked my neck over the pole and looked down, and I saw an operation of the divine feminine in operation. I said, my God, on today. Hallelujah. Anyway, but she said even kings have whole tendencies. All right. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the shares, comment up under this video if it helped you, because I do got to get on the road. Once again, I miss Mario because I wouldn't have to drive. I can go to sleep and just wake up whenever I wake up and complain about his driving and then go and buy what I need to buy. But to all of you that support me and what I do and help me on my journey, trust me, I'm very thoughtful. I do appreciate the gas money, the eating money, to just help me do the things that I do. It is appreciated. And I appreciate that it's coming from a place that you are pouring into something that you believe in. And that it is not coming from a place that you're trying to control who I am. Because anybody that knows what's real Sagittarius, the worst thing you can do is try to control and manipulate a Sagittarius. That we're going to rebuttal completely and fully and forcefully. You know what I'm saying? Let me love you the way I want to love you, as generous, and I'm going to be good to you. If you're good to me, I'm going to reciprocate that energy. I really am. I have a track record. And my members can tell you I'm like that. My family can tell you like that. Actually, I'm going to have to do something nice for my sister because I haven't been a brother, a present brother in a minute because I've been doing so much for everybody else. So I want to spend some time with my sister too and have some fun with my sister and do the thing because we like to laugh. Again, she a Gemini. So I want to do something for my sister too. So because she missed her brother because I've been out here in the Wild Wild West tending to everybody else. So I got other stuff that I'm trying to tend to and be a brother, be an uncle, be a nephew. You know, I wear different hats. I ain't just a father. I'm just not just a pastor. I'm not just a Tata. I'm not just a spiritualist, but I have good relationships that I want to continue. And so the day that I leave here, that I will be remembered in a positive manner and helpful, even though I ain't did all positive things on this earth plane. And I ain't ashamed of nothing I do. All right. Love y'all. Hit that like button, hit that share, and I'm going to get on the road. God bless.